Hello and herzlich willkommen. This is for Active Living. My name is Martina and today I will take you through a Sagital Ground to standing exercise. Now some of you may think ground to standing, that kind of sounds like a bit of a burpee kind of type of exercise, and you are correct. However, I don't like to call them burpees, simply to take the preconception out of people's heads, as I see a ground to standing exercise quite differently, different intent. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Ground to standing exercises, or even the burpees, come with a lot of variations. So what I want to do with you today is I'm going to take you through 3 rounds. You can do them with me, and we're going to start at a very easy way of doing them and slowly progress through them as we go. So usually I'm guessing most of you would have seen a burpee by now. So we're going to start with a very easy version, which is bending our knees, bringing our hands down to the floor. And this is already where a lot of people have trouble with, because they haven't got the mobility through the ankles or through the hips to actually go into a deep knee bend or a deep squat. So a lot of people will actually kind of be somewhere here, fairly round through the back and all that kind of stuff. So because ideally you want to keep your feet flat, but if you need to bring your heels up to come down, to me that is fully fine. Over time, obviously, we want to see some improvement and you to be able to bring your feet flat and have your feet down on the ground without leaning too far forward. Nice knee bend here. From here, we're going to just take a step back into a nice high strong plank position. From there, we're going to step back in, same position here, and come up to a full extension. What I often see when people do burpees, and it's one of my pet hates, they come up and they kind of stay here. That's as tall as they come. They keep their gaze on the ground and they're staying in this really compact kind of position. We want to make sure we come all the way open, nice and tall, get back upright before we then go back down. So we're going through the whole range that this movement actually provides. Okay, so without longer talk, let's get straight into it. 1 minute here, just the easy version, hands to the ground, stepping back. If the heels need to come off, that's fine. Stepping back in and all the way back up to standing. Down, step, 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 and back up. Down, up, up, and back up. Don't forget to breathe. Inhale, exhale. Find your own rhythm for now. We'll talk about breathing some other time. Change your legs over as well as you step out and step back in. Go one leg first, 1 time. Step the other side the 2nd time. Good. Got 20 seconds left here. So if you go with me today through this, it'll give you just a very little exercise for the day as well. Bit of an exercise snack. But you'll find even just doing 3 rounds here will get your heart rate up, get the body warm, and that's time. Awesome. Now for the next one, round 2, we have like a 2A and a 2B. The A version is for those people that have the cardio fitness but haven't quite the body awareness or the core strength, core control, shoulder to hip control as they move. And the second version is vice versa, for people that are a bit more stiff and have a bit more control but haven't quite got the cardio yet. So go with me or stick to the first version if this is what you can manage to do at this point in time. But you'll still learn something going through and you will see what you're kind of trying to work towards as we go on. All right, so we're ready for round 2A. I will be changing halfway through. So 2A is for the people that have a little bit more cardio but not quite yet the stability. So we're going down again, we'll step back and we'll jump back in. Try and get your feet as close to your hands as you can, But again, through to mobility ranges and stuff, you might find your feet not come quite as far forward as you'd like them to. When you're ready, go with me. 1 minute here, 2, 1, take it away. Hands down, we step out, jump back forward and come up. Down, step, jump. Beautiful. To be able to get your feet nice and forward, you can come up in a bit wider stance. So if I do this way, you can see that I bring my feet outside towards my hands. That allows my hips to have a bit more room and go from here. Now 2B, we go hands down, we jump out and then step in. For the jump out, that's why I said you might need, oops, that was a bit funny. You need the core stability, the control to be in a nice strong position as soon as your feet land. Jump, bloody, step back in. Down, jump and step. Down, jump and step. What we do not want, last round, is a dip here through the hips as you jump and then come back in. Time. Good stuff. So as you saw on the last one, as I said, we want to avoid that hip dip. So you need that control. As soon as you jump out, you need to be stiff, you need to tense and hold everything in a nice, healthy position. For the third version, you might have guessed it, we'll be jumping in and out as we go. Halfway through, I might add a jump at the end, and that's kind of the most advanced version that we usually do here at Vasco Active Living. However, there's a lot more varieties you can do to this. You can change the jump at the end, you can add a push-up into this or bringing the chest to the floor. But again, I'm just going to show this one quickly. Be mindful bringing the chest down when you're down here, that you're not bringing your hips down and then lower down. A lot of pressure through the lower back doing it that way. So if you can't hold yourself in a nice strong line here, lowering your chest down to the floor in one go means you haven't got the strength necessarily, or possibly your nervous system isn't quite connected, hips to shoulders. So what you should do here is come onto your knees first. So again, if you're in that plank position, let the knees drop so your spine stays nice and aligned, and then come down. A lot easier than coming down from your toes. Same on your way back up. Pushing up here, have your knees connected, push into your knees so you can keep your spine aligned and you're not going into this and then push up. Okay, so keep your back safe. It's not that we can't go into that extension, but we're exercising, we're working, we're maybe going a little bit harder than what we would, usually go for. So it's about training safe and smart and not risking injury or overuse over the long term later down the track. All right, round 3, let's go and do this. I'm talking way too much. 3, 2, 1, hands down, jump, jump, come back up, nice and upright. Jump, eyes up. Looking where you want to look, or taking your eyes, your body follows where your eyes are going. Anyone who drives a car or rides a bike knows that. It's quite challenging at times when you turn your head to not move the arms along on the steering wheel. Halfway, let's add a jump. As I said, you can change those jumps into a jumping jack, tuck jump, just a normal jump, squat jump, right from low, and time. As you will be able to tell as well, definitely gets the heart rate going. It's the simple motion of going up and down that puts a lot of pressure on our cardiovascular system. And as I said at the beginning, initially the burpee was a fitness test, and I was literally testing how quick the pulse, the heart rate would go up, how long it would take people to bring it back down, and it wasn't intended as a full-on cardio exercise as it is these days. Nothing wrong with it, but therefore it is quite a challenging move for range of motion, control, stability, mobility. So in my eyes, it's something that should be taken on with a lot more care than it is. The amount of people, as I said, I see go through this movement and just really putting themselves at risk in the long term is what kind of makes me cringe a bit. So please take something from this, stay safe, and in diesem Sinne, tschö und bis bald.